we'll pick up straight away with our main story, which is, of course, the fact that Bernard Madoff has admitted his part in a massive fraud, up to $50 billion worth of it, defrauding investors of all that money. He's been sent to jail. He's been denied bail today, but he's not been sentenced yet. The sentence will be coming up in June, and of course, people are already talking about a combined sentence of over a century, 150 years in one case, when you put all of the possible punishments together. We're going straight to New York, and we're joined by the author and financial crime journalist Geoffrey Robinson. Geoffrey's spoken to us a lot about this in the past few months. Geoffrey, great to have you with us again. What's your reaction to today's events?
It's a pleasure, Huw. I got to tell you, it's a very chilly New York, and all the candy-ass foreign reporters are in overcoats, but us New Yorkers are made of sterner stuff.
You certainly are. You're looking resplendent and open-necked and as if it's the middle of summer. And tell me, what's been the reaction there to the fact that he's pleaded guilty to all these charges today, and you know, he's already been called the biggest swindler in history by one of his former investors?
Well, the reaction has been massive applause. I just don't understand why you couldn't hear it all the way to England, because it's been huge. Everybody says good riddance. I mean, this is a man who defrauded not only his friends, but charities. This is an evil man who took a lot of money away from people, perhaps who had too much, but certainly a lot of people who also needed it.
When we look at the possible range of punishments and sentences, just thinking, Geoffrey, really, is any punishment in terms of a jail sentence going to satisfy people some of whom have been absolutely ruined by what's happened?
Well, at the very moment, he's about a half a block away to behind us and to the right at the Federal Detention Center, wearing an orange jumpsuit and living in a 6x6 cage, which is a pretty big come down from an Upper East Side penthouse. 150 years, of course he won't have to serve that. If he's a good boy, he could probably apply for parole at the age of 112. The problem is, who's he hiding and who's he protecting? And the federal government's going to look at that. The federal government's going to want to know, has he been hiding money for anybody else? If so, who, where is it? We want it back, and we want those people. And is he protecting his family? They're not out of jeopardy. So he's got some bargaining room. He could perhaps say, all right, I'll give up the money and I'll give them up to protect my family. But there are two rumors. You go over and you talk to the cops, and there are two rumors circulating, and pretty good ones. One is that he might have been involved with the Russian mob, which explains why he said from the get-go, I'm guilty, I'll go to jail. Because when you're dealing with the Russians, they're crazy, they'll kill your whole family. The other one is that he may have terminal cancer, and he figures, what the hell, I'll do 2 or 3 years, and it won't matter anymore, and I will protect the kids. The federal government, however, is not going to let his wife and kids get off without asking a lot of serious questions.
And back we go again, Geoffrey, to the issue of regulation and how on earth the system allowed this to go on for decades. Yeah. What's being said about that today?
Well, what's being said now is that there are lawsuits being filed against the Securities and Exchange Commission. That's pretty unique. We've never had that before. But the federal government was asleep. They were absolutely asleep at the switch. They let this happen. They let the Alan Stanford affair happen. The Obama administration is going to ask some serious questions. And interestingly enough, the front page, upper right-hand main story of the New York Times this morning is that the Justice Department, Obama's Justice Department, has been ordered to go after the fraudsters. Financial crime has taken a big turn, and if you're one of them, I would say watch out, because they're coming after you.
Geoffrey, we'll talk to you again soon, I know, but thanks very much for today.
Can I put on my coat, please?
Yeah, straight away. Thank you very much.
A pleasure.
That was Geoffrey Robinson there, the author and the financial crime journalist in New York, talking to us about the Bernie Madoff case, of course. And just to underline again, if you just joined us here on the BBC News Channel, Madoff today